Recording. Hey everybody, this is Andrea. Welcome to our team call tonight. I want to thank everybody for jumping on. Wow, there's a lot of you guys jumping on. Okay, so I really am hoping that this call goes good because if you know me, you know that details and systems are my downfall. And we can add technology to that as well because it always fails me and really stresses me out. Like I owe like 5 people apologies when I get off this call because I've snapped at a lot of people in the past hour. But I'm really excited and I have been working really hard because we are rolling out our new coach lab today. And this is a big deal because I feel like our team is growing really fast. I mean, I think that there's maybe a little over 400 people right now or close to it. And one of the things that I just feel that our team is lacking is a good new coach training system. And a lot of that has to do with me because I couldn't get anything in place. And then when we would get something in place, people weren't staying engaged, and enough people weren't staying engaged that I had to really reflect on my leadership skills and think, okay, we got to change something because what we have in place right now is not working. And too many coaches, too many people who are joining our team really excited with big goals, I felt like they're falling through the cracks because they weren't started off the right way. Now, when I say that, I also want you guys to know that you're the CEO of your business and nobody can force you to take ownership of your business. And I talk about this, I've said this a lot. There was a saying, I will help you grow your business, period. I will help you grow your business, period. And as an upline coach, and a lot of you guys on this call, you're all upline coaches. So you want to help your coaches build their business. But the truth is, I want to help you build your business, period, actually is, I will help, period, you build your business, period. See, that sentence, that one long sentence, you needed to add an extra period because you'll help as an upline coach. But that person is responsible for building their business. And there's resources available everywhere. YouTube, online office. We have an amazing team. I mean, you can figure this out. So wherever you are right now, you are the CEO and you own your business. And where you are today is exactly where you deserve to be. So if you're not happy, you got to do something different. But with that being said, so many new coaches were bringing on coaches and they didn't know how to teach them how to be a coach. And now we have a system in place. And I'm really excited about this. But the only way that this will launch successfully is if you guys buy into this. If you use it, if you learn it, and then you can also teach your coaches to use it because it's not what works in this business, it's what duplicates because that's the name of the game is duplication. Can your new coaches duplicate what you're doing? In this system that we're about to roll out, yes, it's duplicatable, so it's awesome. So it's a revolving coach basics training. So what does that mean? Well, it's called New Coach Lab, and I'm not taking credit for thinking this up. Actually, some other big coaches, I don't even know their names really. I think the concept came out of the Bombshell Dynasty. And so what it is, it's a group. It's called Coach Lab, and it's a revolving coach basics. So what it is you can add a new coach at any time to this group, and then they can go through coach basics at their own speed. So some people, they're like ready to go and they want information and they want it now because they want to sprint with this business. Those people will move at a faster pace than maybe somebody who only has about 10 to 15 minutes a day and they want to take it real slow, and that's fine too. So this new coach lab, it runs at that coach's pace. So as quickly or as slowly as they want to complete it, they can. But the beauty is it's still in a group environment. It's still in a Facebook group. So you still have that relationship building and that camaraderie, and other people can see what other people are doing, because that's really important, because relationships are super important. And so it's all in a one group. So what happens? So let's say you sign a new coach. You need to be a part of this group. So all of you guys are going to be added to this coach lab. And as you bring on a new coach, you're obviously going to do your getting started right call with them. And you're going to, talk to them and explain to them about this coach basics, kind of figure out where they're coming from, what their goals are. And then you are going to add them to this group. Now, does that mean that you just add them to this group and then it's like, good luck. All right, I got my 2 Success Club points and I got my coach, and then you go away? No. After every single lesson, they are to tag you in the comments so you know that they completed it. So your notifications, you're going to be getting tagged a lot. But as an upline coach, that's important because that's going to show you who's actually doing this, who's learning this stuff, and that's who's going to get your time, right? Those people that are putting in the work, those people are going to get your time. And then maybe you've added a new coach and they're not tagging you and everything, and so they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Check in with them. This is going to be a very interactive coach training on your part. You're not doing the training, but you're going to be there and following them. Now, okay, I was just going to say something. Let me think about it. Okay, I guess it'll come back to me. But anyways, okay, so I know. So for some of you guys who, let's say you're newer coaches or you don't have a lot of time on your hands right now and you're thinking, whoa, every single lesson, they're going to tag me in a notification. Oh my gosh, like this is going to be a lot. What now you're going to have to do is create a schedule if you haven't already. And in your power hour, or if you're giving an hour a day to this business, or you're giving 2 hours a day to this business, whatever it is, you're going to need to add in there, check with Coach Lab. Go through your notifications. All your notifications that came out of Coach Lab, you need to follow up with your coaches. And, I'll just say it, like Craig Holliday, who's a mentor of mine, he always said a dud can sponsor a stud. What does that mean? That means that not necessarily a dud per se, but let's just say a discount coach brings on somebody, it's their cousin, and they just, whatever, they were drinking Shakeology and they're just using the discount, but then their cousin saw them, and so then their cousin wants to sign up, and now all of a sudden their cousin wants to work the business and they want to run with it. Well, that discount coach, your PS coach, they don't really want to. So what does that mean? That means that you reach down and now you're going to help that person that's 1 or 2 levels down. You're going to make sure that they get the support from an upline coach because their upline coach is a discount coach. So I hope that makes sense. Now, again, we can have conversations about this if you guys have questions, but I just want you to know, don't think you can just throw your coaches in there and then it's like, good luck. No, you need to be involved. All right, so I'm going to screen share. Well, let's see. Let me see what, okay, hold on a sec. Because I need to be able to get it. Okay. Screen sharing is paused. Why? Resume share. Okay. Can you guys see my Facebook? Give me a thumbs up. I can see Megan right now. Megan, can you see my Facebook? No. Wait, please move this window away from the shared. What? Hold on. Resume share. Can you guys see my Facebook now? Why is this happening? See? This is technology.
No.
Can you guys see it?
No.
Yes? No.
No.
Hold on. Dang it. Can you guys, hold on. Can you see it now? You've got to be kidding me. Can you see it? I'm only looking at Megan right now. Megan, unmute yourself. What can you see?
All I can see is Zoom Pro account, like a little tab thing.
Okay.
It's not even like a full screen.
Okay. So let me do a new share. All right, hold on.
There you go.
Can you guys see it now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is it. So this is the new coach lab. Hold on, I'm gonna, well, okay, someone. Okay, so this is it. So when you come in here, what you're gonna do is when you sign a new coach, you're gonna come in here and you're going to add them, right? And you're gonna have your GSR with them first. So you're gonna tell them, I'm going to add you to the new coach lab. And the very first step that you do, don't worry about the news feed and all of that. The very first thing that you do is go to files. When you go to files, and I'm going to need some help with this. There's 1, 2, and 3. All they need to pay attention to is 1, 2, and 3. Now, when people comment and stuff, these 1, 2s, and 3s, they're going to get like out of order. That's what's happening right now. I don't know if there's a way that I can freeze them so it's always in a 1, 2, 3 order. I have to like search that on Google. If anyone knows that, feel free to like message me how to do that. But if not, you're just going to tell them there's steps 1, 2, and 3 in here, okay? So their very first thing that they do, don't worry about anything else. Just click on 1. Okay, so here it is. Now, what this is there's a bunch of different steps for each phase, right? So there's 8 steps here. What they're going to do is they're going to click on step 1. Click on it, and the post on the group comes up. Welcome to Team Push to Purpose in our new lab. They're going to download this, start here, and they'll watch the video. I made a video, and it's right there. When they're done, and they'll be told about this, they just comment done in the comments. All of these posts here, they're hidden posts, right? So what I did was I posted them in this group page, and then I hid them so you can't see them unless people comment on them. So what they're going to do is they're going to go here, and they're just going to work through each thing. Let's check this out. The Getting Started checklist. Here it is. The Getting Started checklist is step 2. This basically lists out everything that they need to do. And then down here I tell them, print this checklist out and check the items off as you prepare to begin. And like Victoria tagged hers, and then Jessica, she's already done. And look, Jessica tagged Elena. Perfect. Okay, that's it. And that's literally it. Just print out this and have it, because this is your checklist. Okay? So then we're going to go back. So that's step 2. And then they're going to go to step 3. And then this is going to be, it's a PDF. Download and print this business quick start guide. And then that's it. That's step 3 once they're done. And you're literally just going to go back and forth. And so as you can see, people can do this at their own pace. Somebody might get, one of the girls, maybe it was Jessica Solaris, I don't know if you're on this call, but she got done all of this in 10 minutes. Okay, so here's the other thing. I made a video, top 10 tips for new coaches. Watch and check it off your prereq list. Comment done in the comments and tag your upline. Okay, boom. Nikki Coleman, done. She tagged her upline. Barb knows. Okay, she finished this. And so I literally, it's laid out, you guys. Okay, number 2. And the thing about it is, step 2 here, they had to print out the checklist. All of these things are things on their checklist. Here we go. Personal development, they need to get start. That was on the checklist. Here's the picture. I gave them options of how they want to do it. Either way, get the book and check it off your prereq list. Nikki Coleman says, I've got it. I've checked it out of the library. Okay. So as you can see, everything is here. They need to set up their website. They need to get their initial contact list done. And then let's get organized. We'll look at the very last one. Okay. So they've checked off all the prereqs based on that picture that they have of step 2. And then they've just got to get these things done right here. Save coach relations in your phone number. Set up your EFT. Bookmark coach FAQs. Everything is done. And so all they're doing is just following it. So Boom. Okay, done. All right. Well, I've completed everything in one. So now what do I do? Upline coach. Okay, go to phase 2. And then phase 2 is here. Everything is here. The very first thing that they're going to do before they begin is print this out. Print this out, and when they go through each post or each lesson, they're just going to mark it off. And this is for those people who are visual and like to have pen and paper. This is it for them. They're just going to print this off on their computer, and they're literally just going to check it off. Some people, they may want to do all of this in 2 days. Others, it may take a week. I don't know. Everybody's going to be different. Here's lesson 3. Every lesson has a picture with a quote that goes with the Coach Basics. And this is all about why. So this is all about their why, teaching them everything. There's a video here, so any links that need to be there, I've included it. And basically, this is all going off of the reformatted Coach Basics. And I have changed some stuff. I've included some things, and kind of like personalized it. There's one about helping people overcome objections. So what I did was I included Sarah Try. She has a Google Drive of literally scripts people can use to overcome objections. So I included that. I included a Google Drive of invites that literally people copy and paste. Okay, this is phase 1, lesson 9. This is all about personal development and the importance of it. I've listed every single podcast channel that I live by and love, and coach online success stories. Then every single post, it has daily action steps for that person. And they need to do the daily action steps, and then in the comments, they have to post them and then tag their upline. So Nikki is like really ahead of the game. She downloaded her podcast, and here's her stations, and she showed and tagged her upline. So that's kind of how the flow of this works. Now, there's basically 2 learning phases of Coach Basics. There's the phase 1 and the phase 2 of Coach Basics. I haven't yet completed uploading the phase 2 stuff, but it will be up by tomorrow, so no worries. Let me just trying to get, maybe it'll just be, I haven't yet done that, but once I do, then, but no one's going to go through phase 1 this quickly. So, and then what's going to happen is, once they finished, so the go-to thing is always the files, because you have 1, 2, and 3 here. And so, and you're going to be following them. Then after phase 2, we're going to have an emerging emeralds. This will be an more advanced group than Coach Basics for people who are hitting Success Club and running with this and doing challenge groups, and now they want to work on Emerald. We're going to have an emerging Emerald group in this exact same format as this Coach Basics. So basically, you guys are going to need to play around in this group and become familiar with it. Look at every single post so you understand. So when someone says, hey, that Google Drive of invites, that was really cool. What invite do you think works the best? You're familiar with what they're talking about. Or if they talk about, well, what's your why or whatever, you know what's being posted, or you know what they're talking about because you've looked at this. So you're going to have to really take some time and do that. I want to open it up. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to open it up. Or if you have a question, 6. Okay. Yay. All right. Yeah, thanks, guys. Okay. Does anyone have questions about this? Please ask me, because I'm not a detailed person, so I could miss things, and I'll appreciate your feedback. So any questions that you guys have about how this will work, how you'll utilize it, or anything?
I have a question.
Yes.
So when they tag us in it, is it just for our knowledge, or are we supposed to be like writing stuff back to them?
Yeah, that is going to just be for your knowledge. What I would do is maybe just like it. So to let them know, but at the end of the day, by the end of the year, there could be hundreds of comments. You know what I mean? And that's just, we're just going to have to put up with that. What you can do is turn off your notifications for this group, but then understand that you are going to have to go back in there every day and check on your coaches if you don't want these notifications blowing you up. But what I plan on doing is just liking it. Now, what I do suggest is with your new coach, I would plan a call once a week with them while they're in this group. Some people, they'll complete this in a week, honestly. These action steps and lessons will take them 5 to 10 minutes. Some people complete it in a week, others may take them a month. But if you set up a call with them once a week and have an agenda with them to kind of talk about it, phase 2 is when they start the power of 3. But throughout phase 1, they are going to be inviting 3 people a day to a challenge group. So they are going to be doing things. They will need you to check in with them. And even if you're a new coach, somebody joined you because they saw you as a leader. So do not discredit yourself because you're like, well, I'm brand new too. No, someone joined you. They didn't join me. They didn't join Elena. They joined you because they trusted you and they see you as a leader. And so it's vital, A, that you're doing personal development and continuing to grow and to continuing to lead by example. And B, you need to be checking in with them. And so I say once a week to just be like, hey, and have an idea of what you're doing and what they're doing and kind of check in that way. Does that help, Elena?
Yeah, I just did because I was like, if we're all commenting, it's just going to get crazy big in there. Like if all the uplines are commenting too.
Yeah, uplines don't have to comment. Uplines can just like, but yeah, it is going to get crazy because this is just going to keep going and going and going. My hope is that this lasts for a long time. And so, there's going to be like 100 comments. I saw one of the girls in the Bombshell Dynasty, like she had like 200 comments of people saying done, 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 done. Turn your notifications off, but give yourself a time frame every single day to check in with your coaches that are doing it because that's only fair.
I like it. I think it's going to be awesome.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other questions?
I have one. So, all right, I had one. It blanked. Are we putting all coaches in it? Even so say they just sign up and they have no idea if they want to do this, or if they want to just be discount, if they don't know, we're just going to throw all coaches in there and still have that conversation with them.
Yeah.
Or is this just for the people who are working?
So what I would do is let's introduce even discount coaches to Team Push to Purpose or your team page, whatever it is. But I wouldn't put people in this unless they actually want to work the business. Now, what I'm going to have up for you guys, and I will have this up by tomorrow, is a certificate of completion for phase 1 and phase 2. And I'm going to design it on PicMonkey. But what it's going to do is you guys, as an upline, you're going to save that to your computer. Because every time one of your coaches completes phase 1, you're going to type in their name, and then you're going to give them a shout out on the team page. What that's going to do is show all these inactive coaches or discount coaches, wow, when we start having graduation after graduation, people are going to be like, hey, what's that? What's that? It's no different than when we give shout outs to challengers on our Facebook page. It intrigues people. They want to know what it is. So I would just add discount coaches to our team page, but understand that when someone graduates a phase, and you'll know it because they'll tag you, I am going to have a graduate certificate sheet. You all will have the blank formatted copy. Save it to your computer, and once your people graduate it, put their name in and give them a big old shout out on the team page. Does that make sense, Erin?
Yeah, that does. And then, sorry, second follow-up
question. I like it. Keep going.
So some of my girls didn't do well in the coach basics we've had previously. Do you think we should have them re-go through this and see if this helps them a little bit more?
Yeah. So my plan to re-engage people is I'm going to go back to all of my coaches and I'm going to check in with them and I'm going to see how they're doing. And I'm going to offer them this opportunity. Now, I wouldn't just add people to this group if they truly don't want to be a part of it because the notifications may get on their nerves. But after having a conversation saying, hey, we've got a brand new Coach Basics up. It's a whole new concept. It's a lot more thorough. You can go at your own pace. If you're wanting to get back in it, I would love to add you to this group. I think it'll really help you out. For sure, do that, but only add people if they want to. But I definitely think that this new system is worth reaching out to all of your inactive coaches who maybe didn't get started off right, and give them a second chance to start off, and just tell them, I believe in you, and kind of shoulder the load and say, I didn't get you started off very well, and that was my fault, and I apologize. But now we have this in place, and I wanted to see if you'd be interested in starting out again. And when you do that, that takes the load off of them, and it might, entice them a little bit to be like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this is great. So thank you.
Okay, yep, no problem. All right, any other questions?
Me.
Go ahead.
Okay, so when they get all the way through like phase 1 and they've tagged us in all of the like little steps through, like Nikki's been doing when she's done, is there like a way for you or to add maybe a like one whole post that says, I'm done, I've completed all of the steps in phase 1? Or do we need to track like each individual step in the phase?
Yeah. Okay. So the very last post, and it's not up there yet because I'm working on a video, but post 13, it will be like an I'm done post, just like what you're suggesting. And it will be, congratulations, you've completed phase 1. Tag your upline coach and tell them I've completed phase 1. And then that way, so if that's how you want to do it, and then that way you'll be able to know, okay, and she'll tell you I've completed phase 1. And that's how you're going to know, okay, I got to get the certificate out and give them a shout out. Yep. Awesome. Good question. All right. Any other questions? All right. Who else?
I have a question.
Okay. Is this Nikki Coleman?
Yes.
Okay. You've been going through it without even knowing what you're doing. So give me your feedback.
I'm pretty happy with it. I've been trying to do them like in my downtime, or if I'm not doing anything with my kids and they're just playing. I've been going through them. I've been writing them all down, taking out the pieces that I need and writing them down in a little notebook. The only question I do have out of it is I'm having trouble getting people to want to join because I am still new. Are we still going to be able to get through the steps without having anybody joined yet?
Yeah. Okay, that's a great question. And this is how I want you guys to look at this Coach Basics. And when you have your GSRs with your coaches, and for those of you who are new, a GSR is a getting started right call. That's your kickoff call. So when someone says, yeah, I want to sign up, and they sign up, your first call with your coach is your GSR call, your getting started right call. And here's how I want you guys to explain this Coach Basics. And I want you to set up the expectations like this. When somebody wants to be a nurse or a teacher or a social worker, you have to go to school. And you go to school for years, 4 to 6 years, and you don't get paid anything, but you're learning. You're learning the skill, and you're learning to become whatever it is you're trying to become. So Coach Basics is like that. You are going to invest time into this business to grow this business. And you don't invest a lot of money because it's only like $16 a month. But you do invest your time. And sometimes you don't see a return with money right away. And a lot of times that will discourage new coaches. And they'll think, well, I can't get anyone to sign up. And it's been a week and I've invited all my friends and I don't know what to do. Okay? But if you understand that you've got to learn how to invite people, and you've got to learn how to share your journey, and you've got to learn what coaching is about and the law of sowing and reaping. And so look at it as if you're investing your time in school, and you might not see a return right away, but that is okay, because if you stay consistent and if you stay plugged in and if you really do engage in this learning Coach Basics, then eventually you are going to start seeing the payoff. The seeds that you have sown, they will come to pass, and you will start making, start getting challengers, and you'll start getting paychecks, and you'll start making money. But you have to understand, you are going to invest time up front without seeing anything in return. And what happens is new coaches, they get discouraged because they'll see 1 or 2 other people who are getting challengers left and right, and it just comes natural to them. So then you think, oh, well, I'm not good at this, or get discouraged, or you give up too soon. And it's a huge mistake because you don't understand the process. But if you're willing to invest your time, eventually it will pay off. And so what you're doing, you're showing up every single day. And Barb, like, you do need to know, like, you're literally, Nikki, like the first person to really, without even understanding what you're doing this stuff. And so be proud of yourself. And if you keep doing that, and if you stay on your fitness journey and you keep sharing it, eventually people are going to see that and they're going to be like, wow, I want to be a part of this. Does that make sense to you? So do not get discouraged and trust this process and understand it's a law of sowing and reaping. And just like a nurse would go to school for 6 years before they become an RN to make $50,000, $60,000 a year, you will have to invest some time up front too before you start to get challengers on board and start to make income and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple people that I've got that are on the board. It's just they got to come up with the money, but I understand where you're coming from, that we got to take time to go through it. And I've been doing the steps of, you know, checking in with them and seeing if they're ready, and if they are, then getting them through the process.
Yep. And that's what you do, and you just keep staying consistent. So good job.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? Amy Hohen, unmute yourself and give me your feedback, my most detail-oriented friend. What do you think?
I love the idea of it. It's so much more organized, and I like that there's now a flow. Because even though it was, like you said, it looks like it mirrors what's in the Coach Online office, and I love that setup. I don't really have any feedback until I get in there and start like plugging through it, but I love it so far.
I know that the posts are literally the Coach Basic posts. So I'm not worried about the posts. It's more the flow. And that's like what we needed. And the way that this is going to work, if you guys become familiar with it and use it, if you aren't familiar with it, like Amy said, and if you don't buy into this, then your coaches won't, and you'll struggle with this. But if you buy into this system, and if you learn it and kind of make it your own, then this is, trust me, will be your best friend for launching new coaches, because it's really frustrating to try and do that without a system. But okay, well, Amy, definitely give me your feedback, and everyone on this call, I am open for feedback. So if you guys, there's videos in there. I made some videos. There's Beachbody links. I have links to Google Drives for scripts, from overcoming objections to inviting. I mean, literally, like, so much information, and people can take it and run with it. So I hope that it's going to be really helpful. Any other questions or anything? No? Okay, so here's the deal. For all of your coaches who were not on this call was recorded, so you can share the call, but it also may be worth it for you to maybe kind of do a rally of the troops yourself. So if you have 1 or 2 people on your team who are working this business, really rally them in and get them on board with this, because if you can start getting success early for your new coaches, oh my gosh, and they get that first paycheck or that first challenger, and they're understanding this business more, they will be so much more apt to stay with it and invest their time and do it. And for you as a leader, it's very rewarding to see your coaches succeed. So that's the goal. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for getting on. Let's see here. Do you have info, best act to create fun? Okay. Are you adding us? Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to share this group into the team page like right now when we hang up, and you all can request the ad, and then I'll just approve you that way. Again, just remember, I don't have the last phase up yet, but I will. Okay, the fun app is Pick Monkey. That's the app that you can use to make really cool Facebook covers and stuff. All right, guys, thank you so much for jumping on this call. I'm really, really excited, and I hope that this just works, because it's like our first legit system, which is shameful to say, but it's true. All right, guys, have a good night, and we will